Oh, nice. Okay. Let me get the chat back up. Okay, right. Let's do the introduction first. So we have Call to Arms games organized by SMB 360, and we have in the north Edie as the Teutons, and in the south we have Dogao as the Vikings. Yeah, I need to get the chat chat back up. It logged me out of the Twitch page as well, so. Okay, it seems like Twitch is still bugging out for me. Yeah, just write in the chat if everything is fine with the noises, with the voices, that the sound, there's no sound problems or anything.
I think I may have been muted on my end with all the issues getting started, so everybody should hear us okay now, hopefully. SMB or some Milmano, please message if there's any issues on the stream.
Yeah, I can't really. Yeah, it says all. Bazooka Donkey said it's all good. So I think we should just get into the game.
Okay, you can talk then, sir, and I'll help a little bit. So I won't be doing play-by-play casting,
okay,
guys.
I will talk a little bit. So let me first introduce the settings a little bit. So the players can't choose any civilization apart from, like, any civilization excluding Mayans, Hans, and Chinese. And Dogao, since he was the champion last week, he can't choose Chinese, Britons, and Celts because he already used them last week. The map is rivers apart, as you can see here. The players are divided by a mainland in the middle and 2 rivers. And the players have gone for Vikings and Teutons in this particular instance. And the map size is 3-player map size, and there are no boar steals allowed. Other than that, it's fair. Everything is fair play, and seems like Dogao is going for kind of a Grush, which seems a little, and maybe a fish boom, I guess. Grush would be a little bit of an odd decision on this map because the waters are not really joined in this map. They will fight for the middle, I guess, with more likely to be an FC build of some sort. And Teuton player Edie, what will he go for? He is with 5 on wood, so he will go for a dog as well. His dog will be a little bit delayed because he doesn't have the bonus that the Vikings have in this instance. So what do you think about the civilization choices, Taff?
Well, it's not a real water-dominated map, is it? So Vikings, if Edie can get to Imperial, obviously Paladins, etc., there's not a huge amount Vikings are going to be able to do to stop that.
No, Vikings against Paladins is not a good choice.
Exactly.
Vikings die against every Paladin set, if they can get Paladins out, of course.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Eddie's walking all the way across the map to Palisade Dogao Inn. Which,
yeah, I just noticed that.
I mean, they all know though that there's going to be docks up, there's going to be fishing ships. Yeah, okay, it's going to cost to go a transport, but it's going to be very, very silly if Eddie thinks that he's going to be able to keep Dogao off that mainland.
No, he won't really, and one transport ship won't hurt him that much, if at all. I think the idle villager time here spent for Eddie is worth more than this transport ship in total, if you ask me. But maybe he has something planned. Teutons seems a little bit of a Eddie choice to me. Teutons have a very nice monk rush, so we might see some monk rushing from Eddie, some monk rushing action here from Eddie. That would be cool.
Yeah, where is he going to monk rush though? I mean, when you look at the maps, Clem, look at Dogao's land. I mean, he's 4 decent gold spots, loads of wood, plenty of stone. It's not
Yeah, you're right.
it's not as if he's going to be out of the game if he even doesn't build massively on the middle. He could still just build on all his own land and transport across whenever he wanted.
Yeah, you're right, but you're not counting in the Eddie factor. It's Eddie.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't think
It wouldn't be the best choice, of course. I think
No.
the better choice would be some kind of boom into Paladin
definitely. Yeah, that
Cannoneers or something like that.
obviously.
Because you're really safe on this map. He could even choose to stonewall everything and be safe. So, and with the really good boom that the Teutons have with the farming bonus,
Yeah.
shouldn't have any problems.
I
at
think
all.
that's definitely Eddie's best bet. I don't think he even needs to take any silly risks by doing something strange. I think it just a decent, strong Imperial boom. Paladins and Teuton army, Vikings are not going to stop a Teuton army. Eddie could go various military combinations, and Vikings are not going to stop him. And it's not even as if the Gao's water is going to help him a huge amount, because if Eddie takes the whole middle land, then
Yeah, even Siege just would devastate the Viking army from Teutons. So he can go various things, actually. So I don't even know what Dogao is supposed to do in this instance. I guess just go for a little bit of a greedier boom, get a little bit faster up, and then trying to strike in early Imperial, or maybe go for some Castle Age aggression. I'm not too sure. With a landing, would be pretty nice to see. But let's see. He seems like he's going for Fuel Age aggression. That is a little bit odd to see.
well, especially
Looking at his resources.
yeah, especially when he knows he's already sort of palisaded in, so his transport is coming straight across.
Maybe he wants to land Eddie.
By the time you get, well, he's going to have to walk all the way across the other side, then build another dock, then build a transport ship, and then go into Eddie. That's probably one of his better options, but that's so late and it's going to take so much time. Eddie could, even if Eddie really, really booms and goes to Castle late, he's still going to get it in time to mean Dogao.
Yeah, he has already clicked up. He has already clicked up when Dogao is there with his villagers, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, Dogao Scout picked up the Eddie's walling villager, so at least he has that going for him. And there's the forward dock from Dogao. He will still be able to snipe some fishing ships, though.
It's not really going to do massive amounts, is it? I mean, he can completely control the sea, and one castle on the coastline is going to shoot everything. You could even build a castle, build a dock, and still get your transport ship and get the other side of the river and land.
Yeah, that is the later stages of the game, but you see now Eddie is forced to put up a watchtower at his berries, because the berries and the fishing ships are so important for him to get up. Without the berries and without the fishing ships, he can't get up to Castle Age, obviously. He neither has the resources to do so, but he really desperately needs those berries at the moment.
Yeah, Dogao's
So he's forced to.
going to go all the galleys, obviously, and just try and completely dominate Eddie's land with galleys, but late game or at Castle Age is so easy for Eddie to just even bypass that. I mean, he could walk villagers now straight across the middle. He's already up with the one.
Yeah, and you see, Dogao is now stonewalling himself in, so he's not going to take any risks there. Alright, but Eddie already up to the Castle Age, and let's see what his response will be. Maybe some fire ships to defend from the galleys?
If it was me, I would.
Or maybe
I really wouldn't bother. I wouldn't even waste the wood on fire ships and everything. Now he's Teutons. He's got farm bonus. He can just boom. I would just take him 4 or 5 villagers through to the middle now, before Dogao got any chance of building loads of galleys across that little crossing, and then I would build TCs. I would TC boom in the middle.
Yeah, that would be the safest bet, because that gives him so much map control as well.
Yeah, well, he doesn't even need to fight a water battle with Dogao. Because as I said, at some point when he gets stone for castles, I mean, Eddie's putting a dock now on Dogao's water. But if he had to, he could just put a castle up, and then Dogao cannot stop Eddie getting on the water and getting a transport ship across. Eddie should just not even think, see.
I really like that forward dock though. I mean, if he can snipe all those 7 fishing ships from Dogao, that would be pretty huge. Because Dogao is now running on 2 farms and a few berry and a few forages.
The way I look at that though, Eddie's fighting Dogao's fight. Does that make sense? Dogao is Vikings. Dogao is going to be more than happy if Eddie starts fighting him on water. More than happy. Even if he loses a bit now, he's got
He doesn't really want to fight him. He wants to poke him, kind of. He wants to just disturb him a little.
I don't know. I think Eddie's hindering himself more than he's actually going to hurt Dogao. I mean, he's 3 fire ships. Why?
No, he's gonna monk rush. Look, there's a monastery coming up.
4 fire ships though. He's fighting Dogao's fight. I wouldn't. I don't even think he needs to.
But he's putting up a monastery, so he may be monk rushing. Look at his amount of gold villages he has. He's definitely
but if he monk rushes, okay, he's going to need to go into a transport ship onto Dogao's land.
Yeah, maybe. Or he maybe wants to break through those stone walls. I'm not too sure. And Dogao is even walling the coastline there to prevent Eddie from doing something sneaky.
Yeah. No, I think Eddie should have just boomed. He just boomed quicker and not fight the way Dogao wants him to fight. And I know he's going to, as you said, he's going to try maybe monks and a monk rush. But again, that's just going to be so slow. What is he actually going to achieve? He would have been better off booming another 2, maybe gone 4 TCs on the middle. Let Dogao have the water, so what?
Yeah, but booming is not really Eddie's game. I mean, it would have been his best bet, of course, but that's not how he plays. He used to play.
Well, I got no doubt he's making Dogao happy at the moment. I mean, when Dogao gets to Castle Age, he's still going to be sitting there thinking Vikings against Teutons, and he's taking me on a water fight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's pretty weird to see what Eddie's doing now. He's adding a siege workshop at home to fight against the galleys. Which is a little bit odd to see.
Well, you can see he's going another dock as well at home. So he really wants to... He's concerning himself with our water fights.
Even though he has so much land
well,
available to him.
He got a huge bonus for everything, really, being Teutons. Here come a monk and a villager trying to land on Dogao's base.
Is he?
Well, he's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to go all the way around to a gap, and even then, he's gonna have to go like stable. He could have massed his farming so much quicker, gone off 3 TCs. Anyway.
Yeah, now the transport ship's getting sniped. GG monk and villager, and they're dead.
Dogao sitting there saying, "Thank you very much, Eddie. I love your style, Teutons against Vikings. On 2 little tiny slithers of water, let's have a water fight."
Yeah, this game is over. I don't see Eddie winning.
Well, it's not necessarily over, but Eddie has to stop wasting now. Just literally forget the water. Just step back. Dogao can't hit hardly anything from the water onto Eddie's actual mainland. Eddie's got more than enough resources there to still get to Imperial and boom, and now just forget it and boom. And if Eddie gets a strong enough boom and gets to Imperial, I can't see how Dogao can defeat Teuton army. He can't.
Yeah, he's adding another dog at home though.
That's what I mean. It's just playing into Dogao's hands, building fire ships.
And mangonels against war galleys are not ideal, not at all. They don't really counter them.
Well, it's going to be quite a tight fight as well, and Dogao's going to have enough galleys that Eddie, even if he went a lot more fire ships, Dogao's still going to be able to micro and...
Mangonels need 4 shots to destroy 1 war galley, so it's not worth it producing them against them.
What do you think? There's easily 10 fire ships wasted, and 3 mangonels wasted, and all for the sake of fighting Vikings on water when Vikings are going to be loving that fight on water. I mean, you think how much boom Eddie could have had with that amount of resource that he's used on a bit of military.
Anyway, Eddie is adding now his second TC, and I think he's a little bit clueless at the moment because all of his plans didn't really work out that well as he maybe planned to, so
hopefully he goes for a boom now. Hopefully he tries to just keep booming. Boom, 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 till it's ready to go Imperial and then just go up. I hope he doesn't call GG before that. Because
but you have to keep in mind that it's minute 26, a little bit late for a boom, if you ask me.
No, I know it's late, but what you've got to remember though, Clem, he's Teutons against Vikings. What is Vikings going to do against an upgraded Teuton Imperial army? What's Vikings going to do?
Yeah, sure.
So that's the way Eddie needs to think now. He needs to think long game. Protect himself.
Look at his gold miners. He has now easily 20 villages on gold, if not more. So that's not a boom. Not too sure what he's doing at the moment.
He's still making fires. He's made a couple of demo ships. And he's making a fire ship. His other dockie's doing nothing. The villagers gone, obviously, that was on the mainland. He's not going to risk now as well, because he doesn't know anything about the middle land. He's going to assume Dogao's built all the way forward with his docks, yeah? Because Eddie hasn't gone to the middle and built on the middle now. He hasn't even got a scout or a knight running around. He's got no idea whatsoever what Dogao's got in the middle of the map. As far as he's concerned, Dogao could have castled right outside his crossing. He could have archers there, anything. Eddie doesn't know. So
yeah, you're completely right. I think Dogao will aim for a little bit of a faster Imperial time. Looking at his resources, he will click up in the next 1 or 2 minutes. And if he gets a castle at the crossing from Edie and maybe get a trebuchet out, this game is pretty much done.
I mean, he may even just go a couple of cannon galleons from the coastline. He's going to hit Eddie enough if he gets to that stage. Eddie's got some vills off, which is good. So he's taking a risk. He hasn't got a clue what's there. He's now going to start to see. I hope he drops the stable. Obviously needs his barracks. Drop a stable. Start scouting the map and then keep booming. He's starting to try and boom now. If you look, he's dropping the TCs. And I hope he sticks into it to get to Imperial, because I still honestly think he's got a chance. He's only six villages behind, and Dogao's military of 17 on the water is going to do him no good whatsoever if Eddie gets to Imperial. So I hope Eddie sticks at it now and goes.
Thing is, Eddie needs to survive the early Imperial from Dogao. As you can see, Dogao is now putting up a monastery and a university. So he will go up in a second. Yeah, he's now clicking up. And then he will drop a castle because he's with 5 on stone. And I hope Eddie survives that somehow. I think Dogao is playing that pretty well, actually.
Well, and he's been allowed.
Edie has been not playing ideal.
Yeah, he's helped. I mean, what has Dogao done? You can't say Dogao's really played it well. Dogao's played into the Vikings' strengths, and he's been allowed to. He's just gone forward dock, built galleys, and trying to take over Eddie's land. But he hasn't gone to the middle. There's nothing out on the middle. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't massively boomed. He's 4 villages in front of Eddie. Okay, he's on his way to Imperial, but if Eddie sticks at it, he's gonna catch him up and get to Imperial himself at some point. You know, he's still booming Eddie. I don't mind this. I really don't mind this. If Dogao had a shed load of archers or something, loads of archery ranges right outside Eddie's base, and a castle up on top of where Eddie's TC is now, yeah, I'd say Eddie's in trouble very fast. But I mean, it's only now Dogao's getting barracks down on the middle. He's still got a chance. I'm still rooting for Eddie.
Yeah, it all comes down to if Eddie can survive for long enough. that he can survive long enough. He actually ability C now on the outside as well, or in the middle as well.
Yeah, and he
I
went
like
for
that.
the goal, so he knows Dogao isn't massively there, so I hope Eddie sticks at it. And once he stops the boom with all of the villagers from all the TCs, he'll quickly have the resource to go to Imperial. It won't take him long. I hope he doesn't call GG as soon as he sees Dogao get there.
Yeah, but what Eddie is not doing too well is he's not really in a boom build, right? He has so many villagers on gold, and I don't know why. And there's a GG.
He did what I hoped he wouldn't do.
Oh well.
Eddie,
Yeah,
honestly, watch it, Eddie. You really should have had that game, mate. You really should have
Well,
had that game.
Dogao played the Viking game, and Eddie tried to face him with Teutons, and that didn't work out too well for him.
No. Anyway, we shall return.